Okay, before I tear this thing apart and put it back together, let's go through it really super quickly. There's what should be a Varitone switch, which is actually not. There's the plain post bridge, 74 millimeter, center to center. If you're going to keep this or, this same bridge on any other, it's flipped as it arrives to you. The wider, deeper grooves for the wound strings are underneath the treble strings, and the adjustment screws are on the peg head side. Flip it around, redo your intonation, measure from the bridge side edge of the nut to here, make it 24 3/4. Then, as Sam Teague says, trust the pattern, drop that a millimeter, jump up a millimeter, down a millimeter, and you'll be super, super close. What else can I tell you? All this stuff is gold, and all the things that should be gold are gold, which I'm going to sell, by the way. So if you want to build a custom, the nut is actually in the center of the fingerboard on this particular example. These are Grover style tuners, but you can see they're not rotos, they're minis, and they've got the tab that angles off at a 45 degree angle. I am guessing that these are still 10 millimeter holes. Of course, I've not taken it apart. All right, so let's go back to this. The controls are set up in modern wiring. The caps are 0.022. That's good. The volume pots are linear. That's not so good. And this, which should otherwise be a Varitone, and I'll flip it over and give you a look, is actually just a stepped tone control. So in position 1, it's not only so woolly, it's even darker than rolling the tone off all the way. It affects the volume in any position. Let's see what we can do here. I'll give you a quick look. Where did it go? Here it is. All right, so the access hole is just simply cut out of the back. The whole guitar is suspiciously light, so I actually wonder what the species of wood is, the center block. And you can see that the cover just sits on top of the back of the guitar, and it's beveled. None of that is like good or bad. And then, I don't know. All right, so come on, focus, would you? This little gizmatch is the so-called Varitone. It's unknown to me that in its brightest position, which is position 5, so it's not a 6-position switch, so 5-position switch, if it is truly bypassed, it's a dual pole 5-throw switch that has a surface mount board attached to it. I think with some care and some very fine capacitor leads, you could actually rewire this, but I mean, as it is with 1 to 5 going backwards in the unknown, I don't know, circuitry, which I don't think is even worth tracing out. Personally, I know what I'm going to do because I've got my whole replacement situation going on here. It's all going to be switched to nickel-plated stuff. These are Epiphone Alnico Classic pickups. The neck is 7.5, the bridge is 7.7. I swapped out the A5 magnets for A2s, and then this is the Epiphone harness that came out of a traditional Pro 4. I think it's worth mentioning that the harness and the pickups, excluding the magnets, was $58 before tax and shipping. I think I sort of estimated the final cost of the pickups and the harness at $65. It's an incredible bargain. I would suggest Epiphone pickups, whether they're Pro Buckers or Alnico Classic Pros, to anybody that's replacing pickups in Fireflies, because my assumption is that these pickups are the same janky mystery Alnico magnet pickups that you should really pull. So anyway, gotta go, and maybe this will have been helpful. Yeah, okay, so if you're replacing the bridge, 74 millimeter on center, the unknurled section of the bushing is 6.5 millimeters. The knurled is a little bit closer to 7, so that's good.